Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a good old Ulta haul. I picked up a few things that I needed recently, and then I also picked up some stuff that I wanted to try, so I figured I would share everything that I got with you. So the first thing that I definitely needed to replenish is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA, and this has been my go-to moisturizer for the past few years. I have yet to find anything that's as good as this, that doesn't irritate my skin, that doesn't break me out. This is just my perfect moisturizer for both daytime and nighttime. This is the 3.3 fluid ounce tube, and this lasts me a good while. I want to say this lasts at least 2 to 3 months. So I like the fact that it's affordable. I can replenish it at any time that I need it, and I don't feel like it breaks the bank. And then I also needed the Ava NYC Therapy Session Hair Mask. I completely ran out of this one, and this has been a really good hair mask for me. I wanted something affordable, and this one I'm pretty sure retails for $19, which compared to a lot of other hair masks, I think is pretty affordable, and it just works so well for my hair. It's super rich, and I love the scent as well. I've been without this mask for a few months actually, and I finally decided to pick one up. But you get a ton of product in here. This lasted me, I want to say, over a year the last time that I purchased it. So this lasts me forever because you really don't need a lot of it since it's so thick. It does have argan oil and plant protein, so if you have super dry hair, this might work out for you. Definitely worth checking out. I got a few more hair products that I haven't tried before. My scalp has been so itchy and irritated. It's not as bad as it was around a month ago. It was pretty bad at one point. Because of my scalp being so itchy lately, I wanted to try something that would soothe it. So I decided to try, or not try it because I haven't tried this yet, but I decided to pick up the Not Your Mother's Invigorating Balancing Act Scalp Shampoo. It's such a long name. I have cut down on using specific shampoos that seem to irritate my scalp, so hopefully this one doesn't irritate it further. I hope it doesn't because it is supposed to calm it down. It's sulfate-free, cruelty-free, vegan, dermatologist tested, and balances your microbiome. Hopefully it does cleanse my scalp because a lot of the times gentle shampoos don't really do enough for me, but I also don't want to use anything too harsh. But we'll see. I'm gonna have to try this. I do have to wash my hair in a couple of days. And then I also picked up the scalp serum from the same line. So this is also supposed to calm down irritated scalps. It says that it's a instantly soothing serum that nourishes and hydrates to relieve dryness, itchiness, flaking, and redness. I have tried one other hair serum from The Ordinary before, and I'm still kind of testing that one out. I haven't noticed a huge difference, but then again, I've only used it a few times. But this one I wanted to try because of the claims. The one from The Ordinary is more so for like hydrating your scalp. It doesn't say anything about irritation, so I wanted to try this one and see if it actually makes a difference for me. And then I got one more hair product. This is the Curlsmith Weightless Air Dry Cream, and I have never tried anything from Curlsmith, but I was really interested to try this because it's specifically for air drying your hair. I do have fine hair, but I have a lot of it, so my hair just cannot handle any sort of heat styling. I've come to the conclusion that it's probably just not for me because I've tried so many different ways to prevent heat styling damage, and I just can't seem to do that. My hair always ends up looking super dry and damaged after just like a couple of heat styling sessions. So I have been trying to not do any heat styling, and it's been, I want to say, like 3 weeks since I've done any of that, and my hair feels so much better. So I have been air drying it. I already used the Olaplex number 6 as kind of a leave-in treatment when I air dry my hair, and that one has been working great for me, but I wanted to try something else just to have on rotation, so I was really curious about this one. It has pretty good reviews. It says that it's an airy leave-in conditioner for all curl types, and I do have wavy hair, so hopefully this isn't too heavy for my hair. Again, because I do have fine hair, I can't use a lot of heavy products, but I also have a lot of hair, so it's so hard for me to find a balance. But hopefully this one works out for me. Okay, so that is it for all of the hair products that I got. I did pick up a few makeup items. So let's start with the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. I don't know what came over me, but I wasn't going to purchase this. I had pretty much talked myself out of this, and then something about it just grabbed my attention. I wasn't super drawn to the color story of this palette, but I do think some of the shades in here are really pretty, so I wanted to give it a chance. But this one has some bronzers, a couple of blushes, and 5 eyeshadows. I'm pretty sure some of these eyeshadows are new formulas. There aren't any matte eyeshadows in here, so I did go ahead and apply the 2 lightest bronzers to my crease. I did have to build them up a little bit. They didn't show up super well right away. And then I have the shade Statement, which is the darkest satin shade in the palette. And this one I just applied on my outer corners. And then I have the shade Everyday all over my lids. And I topped it with the shade Dreamy. And I would say this one is my favorite one in the palette. It's a super shimmery iridescent shade. I've used this one as a topper shade for both of the looks that I've done with this palette. And I still have to play around with it. I have liked the shadow so far, but they're not my favorite either. They're a little bit more densely packed into the pan than some of her other eyeshadows in the other palettes that I have. So I'm gonna have to keep testing them and see how I feel about them, but so far they're okay. Dreamy is definitely my favorite shade, and then I do like the Everyday shade as well. It's a really pretty bronze. The bronzers, I ended up mixing all 3 of the shades today. I feel like it worked okay for me. It was a little too deep for me though, so ideally, I think I would just dip back and forth between the first 2 shades in the palette and avoid the deepest one. I'll probably just use that one as an eyeshadow. The blushes are really pretty. I also dip back and forth between both of those, and I do like the way that it looks on my cheeks. I would say they do lean matte, so I will update you on this palette once I've tested it a little bit longer. I picked up the new Juvia's Place Radiance Booster, which is a luminizer, and I am wearing this one today, and I really like the way that it looks. It's a lot thicker than other luminizers in my collection, but I actually really like it. I thought it was gonna be way too like greasy or moisturizing on my skin because of the texture. It does seem to be more hydrating than other luminizers I've tried, but this one has worked out really well for me so far. I have tried this a total of 2 times, but the first one that I tried was a different shade, so I did exchange it for this one. This one is in the shade 7. I think this one is called Capri. I had originally picked up the shade 6.5, which I think is Cairo, and that one was a little too deep for me and just a little bit too peachy. This one has more of a yellow undertone, and I would say it's slightly lighter, but I think it's mainly the undertone that seems to work better for my skin. I would say it's a little more subtle than something like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, but not in a bad way. It does have a big doe foot applicator as well. So I had actually already tried the skin tint and I ended up decluttering it last year. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour skin tint with vitamin C, but I've heard really good things about this skin tint, so I decided to try it again. I did like it last year when I tried it, but I got a little scared because of the vitamin C because my skin can be a little sensitive to it just from other like skincare products that I've tried in the past. But I want to slowly reintroduce my skin to a vitamin C. So far my skin feels okay. It doesn't feel irritated. I like the way it looks overall, but I will say it can look a little bit heavy in certain areas, especially wherever I have dry patches. On my chin, I noticed it was starting to peel, which I don't know what it is about skin tints that tend to do that on my skin. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the skincare products that I use, but I'm gonna keep trying it and see if it actually works for me because it does look really pretty. It has a healthy look to it. Again, a little heavy in certain areas, but maybe depending on the skincare that I use, just like how I prep my skin, it might look a little bit better. Anytime I've seen someone wearing this in a video, I think it looks super pretty on their skin, so I want the same for me. I got a couple of products from r.e.m. Beauty. These are the new bronzers and blushes. So I did pick up one of the Hypernova powder bronzers, and this one is in the shade Solar Storm. It was really hard for me to decide which one would work for me. there's just something about the undertones that kind of threw me off, but I still wanted to try it. I haven't tried much from r.e.m. Beauty, but I do really like her lipsticks and the powder highlighter. It looks like it might be a little dark for me, but maybe I can make it work. But yeah, the undertone looks a little orange. I was gonna pick up the lightest shade, but it looked like it might be a little too peachy. And then this one is actually the second lightest shade, so I was kind of surprised about that. Yeah, I don't know that this will work for me, but I am gonna give it a try. I also got a blush. I was tempted to pick up another shade, but I figured I would just try the formula first and see if I like it. But I got the shade Rose on Mars. And I forgot to mention, but the powder bronzer is a satin matte finish. I think the blushes are as well. Yeah, these are satin matte blushes. I think the packaging is so nice. I've always really liked r.e.m. Beauty's packaging. Okay, this is such a pretty blush shade, so I can't wait to try this. I'm probably gonna film a trying new makeup video very soon because I do have a few other things that I'm gonna be trying, so maybe I'll try these in that video. So that is everything that I purchased, but I also got a bunch of free samples. This is actually a lot more than I remember seeing on the website. Like when I purchased everything, it did say that it was going to come with a free sampler bag, but I didn't think it was this many things. I don't think I fully looked at it, but let me go ahead and show you all the samples that I got. This is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, which I do really like. I just haven't purchased one in a little while, but I am having to replace my beauty sponge very soon, so this is gonna come in handy. I'm glad I don't have to purchase one. I don't think I've tried a lot from Murad. Maybe I tried a couple of things several years ago, but this is the Murad Resurgence Retinol Youth Renewal Night Cream. I do use tretinoin, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this, but maybe I'll pass it along to someone else. The Urban Decay Volumizing Lash Primer. I've never tried this either, and I never use lash primers, but maybe I need to start doing that. Let me know if you have any recommendations or if you've tried this one. Ooh, more hair products. The Bum Revitalizing 3-in-1 Leave-In. So this is a leave-in conditioner spray. I'm pretty sure I tried this several years ago, or at least something similar to this from Bum, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. This has coconut oil, banana, and sunflower seed oil. I did used to use Bum's sunscreen, the body one, but I just don't remember if I've tried their hair products. I feel like I have. Another leave-in conditioner spray. This one is from Ouai. I'm pretty sure my mom has tried this one, and I think it was actually another sample that I received, and I never actually tried it. I just gave it to her. So I'm actually gonna get to try it this time. I do really love the Ouai Detox Shampoo, but I haven't tried anything else besides that. This perfume is actually one of my favorites, the Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium perfume. This is actually one of my favorite perfumes, and right now I have a little bit left of my travel spray, so I'm really glad that this came with all of these samples. This is another favorite, the Vanilla Co. Clean It Zero Cleansing Balm. I think this is their original one. Yeah, the original, which is my favorite. It's just a tiny sample, but I'm gonna use it. The Vichy Mineral 89 Fortifying and Plumping Daily Booster. I don't know if this is a serum, because I have tried their serum before. Yeah, this is their Mineral 89 serum, so I think this has hyaluronic acid. I did buy a bottle of this years ago, and I remember really liking it, but I'm gonna try it again. This one I've actually had before, also as a mini. This is the NARS Laguna Bronzing Powder, and I didn't love that one, so I did end up decluttering it. There's just something about the undertone that didn't work for me. What's weird is that I love the cream version of this bronzer, so maybe I'll try it out again, or maybe I'll end up passing it on to someone else. I really love the Hemp's body lotions, but I've never tried this scent. This is the Sweet Pineapple and Honey Melon scent. Maybe this will be perfect for spring and summer. The Lanolips 101 ointment, which I've never tried before, but I've heard really good things about. This is in their strawberry scent. This is definitely gonna come in handy because my lips have been super dry. And then finally, the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Hydrating Moisturizer. I've also tried a sample of this before and I didn't love it for my skin, so I'm gonna declutter this one. I think my sister might like this one. But that is everything for my Ulta haul. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know if there's anything you've picked up recently from Ulta or from anywhere else, and if there's anything that you would want me to try or that you think I should try. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!